Now, you will have a few people in your life that will be there for the rest of your life, but some people will come in your life for a season or come in to go. And you got to distinguish that, because if you don't distinguish that, the people that come into your life, that don't stay in your life, and they leave, and they didn't mean to hurt you, but you got to a task because you put, am I preaching all right? So in John chapter 15, Jesus is talking to his disciples. Now, he actually starts this conversation in John chapter 13, just before he knew that he was going to die. He comes to his disciples, and he goes through John chapter 13, 14. He begins to tell them, he goes all through this till I am the vine, you are the branch. He goes through all this stuff, and he begins to relate to them and talk to them. He gets down to John chapter 15, verse number 14. And look what he says. He says, you are my friends if you do whatever I command you. You are my friends if you do whatever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. I ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. Now notice what Jesus is doing. He spent 3.5 years walking with these disciples, taking them through places, investing in him, and he gets right down to the end of his life. And he says, I need to tell you who you are. You're my friend. Are y'all ready for this? We meet people in Walmart and say, oh my God, they are my best friend. We don't even know them. Am I preaching all right? We don't hardly know anything about them. We just know of them. And then we're getting to a place in relationship that they're getting knowledge that they should have known. Let me tell you something. There are some things about you, people need to earn it before they know it. If they have not earned your trust, if they have not earned a relationship with you, I just recognize who you are. God bless you. Good to see you. If they have not earned a relationship, you have to understand this, that you got to give your all to Christ. If you can't come to church and trust the lover of your soul because of too much junk going on in your life, then you should not leave this place and go out into the world and give everything you got to somebody else or some other friend or some other place and give them all the information. If you are too timid and too tired or too set back to tell God all your heart when nobody else knows, then you're, my God, then your friends around you has not deserved the right for that information. But still yet, we are so bent on relationships. That's who we was made for. That's what God designed us. That's what he wanted us to do. Can I just talk to those that are dating? If you're in a position to where you are dating, let me tell you something. Reality TV is a lie. The Bachelor and the Bachelorette has lied. You have to understand, the Bible talks plenty about dating. We'll go through this in relationship. It talks plenty about dating. I probably ought to be careful with that one. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Jacob said, you know what? I want Rachel. So he goes to Rachel's daddy and he said, hey, what do I got to do to make this woman mine? I'm just talking Kansas talk so y'all can understand me. It's like the Fonzie, hey. Some of y'all old enough remember that. what do I got to do to make this woman mine? He said, work for me for 7 years. He said, okay. So he goes to work for him for 7 years. After the 7th year, he goes up. He gets ready. He's going into the marriage. I don't know the whole custom about Jewish weddings, but evidently they blindfold you. I don't know, but evidently they do, because he woke up in the tent and it wasn't Rachel. It was Leah. And the Bible says, I'm just going to tell you what the Kansas terms, the Bible says she was gotch-eyed. Kansas terms. She had one eye that was crazier than the other one. I mean, he woke up the next morning. He worked for 7 years, dating, getting ready, because he wanted Rachel, but he got Leah. Did he quit? Did he pack up his bags and go to the courthouse and file for divorce? He went back to the daddy and he said, you lied to me. He said, man, this is what his daddy said. He said, you've been here for 7 years and I have been so blessed because of you. I have increased in cattle. I have increased in land. My servants are blessed. Money's pouring in. I can't lose you. How about that time Jake just saying, well, why didn't you call me? Send me a text. Explain it. I didn't want to wake up with Leah. He said, since you've been here, he said, everything I've got's blessed. I can't release you. He says, well, I'm not giving up. I want Rachel. 7 more years. All right, call it done. 7 more years. Listen, boys and girls. Young men and young ladies, listen to this. Can you imagine going to work every day and looking at the woman that you love? You're saying, 6 more years, baby. Woo. Can you imagine? I mean, come on, get real. We go to football games and we see them walk in and say, oh, my God, I need her number. I remember the first time Anna seen me, she said, stop, everybody stop. I want him. Don't show that to her. We'll get into that. That's just free. We will get into the dating part of it. Listen, but the relationship part of it, you have to understand, listen, there are 2 kinds of relationship, long-term and short-term. There are 2 categories in relationship, and it is friends and acquaintance. If we do not distinguish between those 2, see, an acquaintance is somebody you can talk to every day. Listen, you can go to church with them every Sunday and every Thursday. I got 3 amens. Oh, man, there it is. I walked all the way across there to get it. And people do it all the time. But here's what they do. They come to church sometimes broken, and that happens because your life sometimes will shatter broken places. And it's okay. Listen, it's okay. God did not want you to be perfect. He never designed a relationship for you to be perfect. He accepts you in the broken places that you are. But if you don't know who you're in a relationship with, then you will come to church like a masquerade party every week. And you will put a mask on and you will hide. And you will, am I doing all right? And you will hide. And so you'll become religious instead of relatable. See, nobody wants a pastor who's not relatable. I told my wife there, I got to be relatable. How do you do it? I got to buy a Harley. Randy Jones. Man, when